Welcome back. Bottom of sorry for lost internet here in the press box in Amsterdam.
Yes,
I will tell you about the third throughout the summer. For now, it's Alex Bellardini on the mound for Geneva to Will Holland from the Amsterdam Mohawks. For the third, Henry Martinez came in from the New York Pilots, gave up a run on one hit. It was a sacrifice fly that brought in Jake Mueller from Liam Wilson. Counts now 1-2 on Will Holland. In the top of the fourth, 1-2-3 inning from Zach Bernard, the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. Alex Bellardini, Will Holland. The 1-2. Into left, this ball is back, and this ball is over the wall. A solo home run for Will Holland. And it's 3-1 East leads. Home run of the night for, and they lead 3-1. Will Holland solo home run puts up 3-1. If you're just rejoining us, lost internet connection up here in after the top of the third. When the Pilot West in the bottom of the third, the East got a run on a sacrifice fly from, and in the top of the fourth, the West went 1-2-3. Mike, the right fielder from Oneonta and Dartmouth, missed, counts 1-0. So we're back up and running a new link here in Amsterdam. The 1-0, poked into right. From Jamestown back makes the play in short right field for out number one. East leads the West. The third run came on a solo home run from Will Holland, the Albany Dutchman. And that will bring up Brian Uliana. Brian Uliana grounded out to short his first time up. Checked his swing. Foul tipped off the mask of Chris Conley. Counts on one. So a little bit of an excuse me swing for Uliana. That cost him a presenting the Glens Falls Dragons, playing center field, starting for the East. 0-1 pitches low. That's 1-1. It's Alex Bellardini representing the Geneva Red Wings. Henry Martinez pitched that bottom of the third, gave up the sacrifice fly to Wilson, and then Zach Bernard pitched the top of the fourth, went 1-2-3. 1-1 grounded to Rodriguez, plays it on a hop, strong throw to first, in time to beat Uliana for out number two. So Uliana grounds out to Rodriguez for the second time tonight, and that'll bring up the first new hitter, Sia. And this will have to wait as a new pitcher coming to the West. So it's pitch. It'll be Jonathan Hardy representing the Adirondack Trailblazers. 70 the mound. If you're just rejoining us on internet, the third and the top of the fourth way here. In the third, sacrifice fly from then in the bottom of the fourth, free inning for the West, and then to start this fourth, a solo home run. Is it East or the East leads? First pitch to the new hitter, Devin Garcia, pitcher. Is strike one. Devin, the Utica Blue Sox, Bowling Green, Ohio, and Ohio University, grounds this ball to Tassett. Fires across the diamond for out number 3. So Garcia, the pinch hitter, retired. We've played 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no man left on base. The run came on the Will Holland solo home run. We played 4 here at the All-Star game in Amsterdam. The East leads the West. A brand new top of the order division all-stars will be Marshall Gilbert, Troy Dixon, and Kyle Gallagher against the new pitcher. It's a called strike 1 to Marshall Gilbert, who represents the Elmira Pioneers. John A. Pitcher, Mississippi State catcher. 1 strike pitch. Count. Or ball missed. Top of the 5th, Gilbert working from the Albany Dutchman. The 5th different West pitching. He's from Schenectady, New York, and pitches at Siena. 6'2", 234. The 2-1 looked like it hit Gilbert, but he checked his swing and went around. Counts 2 balls. Leadoff man is inning, Marshall Gilbert. Up in place for Chris Conley, who went 1 for 2 with an infield single and an RBI. So, to Marshall Gilbert, 3 balls and 2 strikes, the Elmira Pioneers catcher. The 3-2. Rounded past the diving glove of the new first baseman, Zane Harrison, to right. It'll be a single to start this 5th. So Gilbert reaches, and now Troy Dixon will come up to the plate. Representing the Elmira Pioneers, Dixon from Mobile, Alabama, and Sanford. His brother was recently drafted in the 2017 first-year player draft this past June. First pitch from Pierce inside low. By the new catcher, Anthony Vaglia. Counts 1-0. Pierce comes set from the stretch. 1-0 pitch misses low. Counts 2-0. Pierce, the second Albany Dutchman pitcher of the night. He started 3 games and appeared in 7 out of the pen. Previous innings, he's allowed 5 earned runs, 20 strikeouts. He's 6-1 with a 1.45 earned run average. Counts now 2-1 on Troy Dixon, who represents the Elmira Pioneers, the 2-1. Missed low, counts 3-1. 15 for 58 in 16 previous games, batting 93 on the summer. Has driven in 15 runs. The 3-1. Taken on the outside corner, Dixon was ready to throw his bat towards the dugout for a walk. Instead, the count is full. We'll see if that starts. Marshall Gilbert at first. He's being held on by Zane Harris. Off pitch. Hits Dixon in the back of the right leg. He'll head down to first. The first 2 batters have reached here against Pierce.
Representing the Onondaga Flames, number 27 from Cornell University, Kyle Gallagher.
Kyle Gallagher digs in. Right-handed swinging outfielder representing the Onondaga Flames. First pitch misses outside. Counts 1-0. Batting in Skylar Valentine's spot, the Jamestown Jammer center fielder went 0 for 2 and 2 at-bats. Now it is Gallagher's turn. Kyle batting .302 on the year, 29 for 96. He plays his ball at Cornell. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Matt Pierce working from the stretch. Leadoff man Marshall Gilbert reached on a single, then a hit by pitch to Dixon. So 2 Elmira Pioneers on base for the Onondaga Flame outfielder Kyle Gallagher. Fastball taken outside, counts 2-1. He's driven in 16 RBIs in 31 games for the 4th place Flames in the West. The 2-1. Blooped over to right. Zane Harris in foul territory. Not able to make the play. Balls 2 strikes on Kyle Gallagher. Representing the Onondaga Flames, pinch hitting for Skylar Valentine. Dixon off first, Marshall Gilbert off second. Trails the East 3-1. The 2-2. Taken low, the count is full. Runs on solo home runs by Taylor Olmstead and Will Holland, and a sac fly from Liam Wilson. RBI grind out. First payoff pitch upcoming from Pierce. In strike 3 on the outside corner. Kyle Gallagher down looking for out number 1. That will bring up Ben Brookover, representing the Jamestown Jammer. Ben from the University of Toronto, batting .349, 53 hits and 152 at-bats. 3 triples, 3 home runs, and 30 runs driven in. He's also scored 31. First pitch, taken on the outside corner, counts on 1. Batting in Connor Gramis' spot. The single Pearson off. Theo bounced, blocked by the catcher Veglika. How the way this All-Star game works is it's an 8-inning game featuring 8 players in a lineup from and East. No designated hitter. Each 4 innings in the field and gets 2 times through the order. Once the 3rd time in the order comes in for each team, and if a 5th roster spot comes up or a 5th lineup spot comes up, the manager for each respective division can choose which team he wants to send up. It's a 1-2 count to Ben Brookover. From the Jamestown Jammers. Pitch misses outside, counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Pierce working from the stretch, representing the Albany Dutchman. 3-1, East leads. The 2-2. Blooped down the right field line. This ball is going to land foul. Again. Two tiers. Taking low. Counts full. Outfield for the East, left to right. Devin Gorella, left to right. Nick Harris, and catching. Matt Pierce. Anthony Veglika. Look over, fouls the 3-2 fastball back. And the count is still full. Three balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Payoff pitch. Fouled the other way. The count's full. Pitch. Play, and we'll do it again. The payoff pitch. Lined into center field. This is going to be a base hit. Gilbert's going to round third. He's heading home. The throw from Garcia up the line. It's an RBI single for Ben Brookover. 3-2. Gilbert comes around to score on the RBI single from Ben Brookover.
Representing the Jamestown Jammers, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, College.
Now, the right-handed swinging pinch hitting for Ayrton Schaefer, who went 0 for 2. It's Colin Stack from the Jamestown Jammers and UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. First pitch to Stack, no batting gloves look, misses outside, counts 1-0. A single, a hit by pitch, a strikeout looking, then an RBI single has led to the second run for the West. They cut the East lead in half. They trail now 3-2. The 1-0. On the right field line, Ganella gives it a look, but it lands out of play. It counts a ball and a strike. Colin Stack from the Jamestown Jammers, batting .288. 1-1 fouled back. Counts 1-2. 36 for 125 in 31 previous games. Has scored 21 runs, hit 3 home runs, 5 triples, 2 doubles, and has driven in 28. An RBI opportunity with Troy Dixon leading off second. It'll be a 1-2 from Pierce. From the stretch, lined into left, this ball is going to be extra bases. Dixon's going to round third, he's heading home. Brookover is going to round third, he's going to stop right there. It's an RBI double for Colin Stack, and we are all tied up at 3. Back RBI base hits from 2 Jamestown Jammers. Troy Dixon from third. Brookover, or from second. Brookover stops at third. And now the third straight Jamestown Jammer to come up. It's Chris Estrada. Teammates on second and third looking to take the lead for the West. Would be their first lead of the night. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by Vivlika. From the Glens Falls Dragons. Counts 1-0 to Estrada. It's 3-3. RBI single from Brookover and double from Stack has tied us up. This ball blooped into center. Garcia over. It's going to drop. Brookover scores. Stack going to be held up. It's an RBI single for Chris Estrada, and the West has a 4-3 lead. Brookover comes around third to score. Stack moves up to third. And it's 3 straight RBI base hits.
Junior College, Hunter Wells.
Now the Newark Pilots' Hunter Wells digs in from Tyler Junior College, the future Louisiana Tech Bulldog. First pitch swinging, grounded to second. Past the diving glove of the second baseman into right. It's going to be an RBI single for Hunter Wells. Stack scores, and it's 5-3. So Hunter Wells picks up the RBI, the Newark Pilots' third base. And it's 4 straight RBI base hits in a row off of Pierce, leading to 4 runs on the scoreboard for the West and their first lead of the night. They lead it 5-3. A pitch and a strikeout looking to Gallagher. And single, double, single, single. All 4 of those were RBI base hits. At Armin. Batter in the inning from the Geneva Red Wings and Kenyon College. Batting in place of who went 1 for 2 with a double. First pitch to Armin. Taken on the outside corner. Counts on 1. Pierce comes set, the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Counts 0-2. Armin on the year, he's 40 for 133. 301, 25 runs scored, 26 driven in, 8 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. The 0-2. Swung on, fouled back. We'll do it again. All 3 of those home runs came in 1 game earlier in the year. Hunter Well first, Chris Estrada off second. Both reached on RBI single. Runs in this half inning for the West has given them the lead. Pierce comes set from the stretch. The 0 bounced. Here in the top of the 5th. Frank Lasala on call for the Radio Network. Lost internet between the bottom of the 3rd and the top of the 4th, in which Albany took a 2-1 lead on a sacrifice fly from, or the East took a 2-1 lead on a sacrifice fly from Liam Wilson. Count still 1-2 on Mikey Armin. The 5th pitcher of the night, Matt Pierce, in. Just 1 out in this half inning. 5 hits and a hit by pitch. The 1-2 to Armin. Line first foul. Henry Martinez pitched that of the hit and struck out a batter in the inning that was cut off due to internet. And then Chris from Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs pitched a 1-2-3 top of the fourth. Mikey are a high fastball for strike 3, and we are going to have a pitching change. Will be a new pitcher coming out of the bullpen for the Eastern Division All-Stars. We're going to step away as he tosses his warm-up pitches. The new pitcher for the Eastern Division Prospects, it's number 13, or the Eastern Division All-Stars, number 13, John Clayton, representing the Saugerties Stallions. He's from Glenville, New York, and he pitches at Albany. That'll bring up Marshall Gilbert from the Elmira Pioneers for the second time in this inning, led it off with a single. That was off of Matt Pierce, who went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, struck out 2. First pitch swinging, grounded to third. Throw across the diamond, not going to be in time. And then everyone moves up 90 feet and the bases are loaded. It was a slow chopper, a tough play for Trace Trey at third, the new third baseman. That'll bring up Troy Dixon for the second time in the inning. Dixon, representing the Elmira Pioneers, was hit by a pitch his first time in the inning. Stretch, first pitch, taken low by Dixon, counts 1-0. The bases are full of Eastern Division All-Stars. Estrada off third and Hunter Wells off second, and Marshall Gilbert off first. They've got 6 hits and 4 runs in the inning. The 1-0 pitch to Dixon misses low. Dixon from Sanford up for the second time. Hit by a pitch and scored a run. Pinch hitting in his teammate Brett Rodriguez's spot. Ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0, low. We'll see if he is green lighted on a 3-0 count. Bases full of stars. The 3-0 pitch upcoming from John Clayton. The pitch. A called strike 1 to Dixon.
What's that? Yeah, we just batted around.
The 3-1. Lined into right. This is going to be a base hit. Estrada scores. Hunter Wells rounds third. The throw is cut off. He'll score. It's a 2-run single for Troy Dixon, and it's 7-3. The 7th hit of the inning for the West. As the 11th man comes up, it's Kyle Gallagher. Estrada bold score. Gilbert moves up to second. Gallagher made the first out of this inning when he struck out looking. Pitch from Pierce, or from Clayton, misses low. The single by Dixon closes the book on Matt Pierce. 5 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. Or 6 runs, all of them earned. And 2 strikeouts. One was charged to Joe LaSorsa. It's a called strike to Gallagher, representing the Onondaga Flames. Ball or strike. 6 runs here in this half inning, this top of the 5th. This one gets away from Baglica. It's a wild pitch from Clayton, moves the runners up to scoring position. That's Gilbert and Dixon. 2-1 Kyle Gallagher, the Onondaga Flames outfielder. Clayton comes set, the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the top of the 5th, the 11th Western All-Star 2 against. We're on our second radio stream after the first one went dark due to the internet out here in Amsterdam. We lost the bottom of the 3rd and the top of the 4th. The 2-2 from Clayton. Bounced, and the count is full.
Are you still there? Next half inning? The twist? Okay. All right, thank you.
Payoff pitch upcoming. The payoff pitch. Ball 4. The bases are reloaded here in the 5th.
Representing the Beachtown Janitors on UPSA, Ben Brookover.
Bases full of Western Division All-Stars. Gilbert, Dixon, and Gallagher. The 13th or the 12th man of the inning now, Ben Brookover. Already has an RBI single and a run scored in this inning. Counts 0-1. It's 7-3, 6 runs here in this half inning for the West. 6 runs on 7 hits. A walk and a hit by pitch, and 2 strikeouts. Clayton's 0-1. Swung on and missed. Counts 0-2. Ben Brookover from the University of Texas San Antonio and the Jamestown Jammers with the bases full of Western All-Stars. John Clayton working from the stretch. The 0-2. Grounded slowly foul. We'll do it again. Look over 1 for 1, batting in Connor Gramis' spot. Gramis went 1 for 2. Clayton comes set. The 0-2. Foul tipped into the glove of Vivlika. Inning over. But the West gets 6. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and the bases are left loaded. We head to bottom of the 5th inning. West ahead, 7-3.
Estrella.
Nick Estrella will lead it off here for the East in the bottom of the fifth. And lengthy top half. The West sent 12 batters up to the plate, got 6 runs on 7 hits across 2 relievers. Jonathan Hardy back on the mound after getting the final out in the 4th with Chris Conley catching. He's here for the first out in the 5th with Marshall Gilbert now catching. Defense for the West. Mikey Arman, Kyle Gallagher, Colin Stack left to right in the outfield. Chris Estrada, Troy Dixon, Hunter Wells, and Ben Brookover left to right in the infield. And Marshall Gilbert, the catcher. First pitch swinging is Nick Estrella. Fouls it back, counts 0-1. Batting in Jake Mueller's spot. Mueller went 1 for 2. Swung on and missed, counts 0-2. Estrella, Dutchman. He's from Tucson, Arizona, and Azusa Pacific. Count is 0-2 on a strike. Hardy representing the Adirondack Trailblazers, the 0-2. 1-2. Seven to 3 here. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning of this 8-inning game. We're at the point in the lineup where it's a brand new lineup and brand new defenses for both teams. The 1-2 from Hardy. Lined, past the glove of Hunter Wells into right center field. Estrella rounds first. He's heading to second, and he's going to get there with a leadoff double here in the 5th. The East scored their last times up on a solo home run from Will Holland.
Representing the West Falls Dragons from LIU Post, Anthony Vavlica.
New batter now, batting in Taylor Olmstead's spot. Olmstead went 1 for 2 with a solo home run. It's Anthony Vavlica from Glens Falls and LIU Post. He's the catcher. Took over in the 5th. Takes a first pitch strike from Hardy. Counts 0-1. A 1 pitch, misses low, counts 1-0. Hardy comes set, 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Estrella leads off second, grounded back up the middle. Dixon won't get there. Estrella's rounding third. He's heading home. It's an RBI single for Anthony Vavlica, and it's 7-4. Estrella scores. Vavlica gets the RBI single.
Representing the Utica Blue Sox, number 39, from Wright State, Zane Harris.
The first 2 batters have reached, and now it's Zane Harris batting in Liam Wilson's spot. Wilson went 1 for 1, had a single and a sac fly. Hardy looks over at first. Ben Brookover, the new first baseman, holding on Vavlica. First pitch to Zane Harris, missed outside. Counts 1-0. Zane representing the Utica Blue Sox. And Wright State, he's in Mansville, Ohio. Batting from the left-handed batter's box. Takes outside, counts 2-0. Harris has 38 hits and 114 at-bats. He's batting .333 with 4 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. 2-0 pitch misses outside, and the count's quickly 3 balls and no strikes. So after a lengthy top half of this 5th, in which the West sent up 12, Jonathan Hardy has come out back onto the mound and struggled here through the first 3 batters. It's a 3-0 to Harris. Not swinging. Harris from the left-handed batter's box as Anthony Ganella waits on deck. Ganella's a runner-up in the home run derby. The 3-1 swung on and missed. Counts full. Three balls, 2 strikes. A runner on first. That's Anthony Vaglica. Reached on an RBI single to make this game 7-4. This pitch misses low. Vaglica moves down to second. Zane Harris works a walk. And now a man with the power to tie this game up steps up to the plate.
Number 30 from South Florida, Anthony Ganella.
Anthony Ganella, representing these Amsterdam Mohawks and South Florida, digs in for the East with runners on first and second, representing the tying run. Was the runner-up in the home run derby in which he hit 18. Swung on, fouled back, counts 0-1. Ganella in Clay Koniecki's spot. He went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Anthony is 25 for 81, has scored 25 runs, 7 doubles, 6 home runs, 22 runs batted in for the first place Mohawks. The 0-1. Lined into right center field. This ball is going to be a base hit. 1 run will score. Harris rounds second. He heads to third. It's a single for Ganella, and this lead is cut in half. It's now 7-5. Vaglica comes around to score. Harris moves up to third on the RBI single from Ganella. And a slow walk to the mound for the manager of the West All-Stars. Jonathan Hardy struggles in this inning. They are going to take the ball from him as a new pitcher from the Jamestown Jammers comes out of the pen. The first 4 batters in this inning have reached a double, an RBI single, a walk, and another RBI single to cut this 7-3 lead in half. It's 7-5. We're going to step away. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 5th inning, new pitcher for the Western All-Stars. It's the second Jamestown Jammer of the night. It's number 5, Corey Blessing from Mayfield, Ohio, and Ohio University. He is a redshirt junior there, relieves Jonathan Hardy, who struggled here after getting his only batter retired in the bottom 4th. Gave up 3 hits, a walk that led to 2 runs. Both the runners on the corners are his responsibility as Austin Pollock digs in from the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. The numbers on Corey Blessing: 25 innings, 5 earned runs, 14 strikeouts. He's 3-0 with a save and a 1.80 ERA. First pitch, fastball misses to Austin Pollock. Counts 1-0. Batting in Will Holland's spot. Holland went 1 for 2, the one being a solo home run. Pollock representing the Diamond Dogs. The 1-0. Pitch misses low. Counts 2-0. He's from Harrison, New York, and plays his ball at Hofstra. He's 33 for 105. That's 314. The 2-0. Misses high. 3 straight out of the zone from Corey Blessing. Here to Pollock. West looking to avoid this All-Star Game sweep as the Eastern Division Prospects won Game 1. Blessing steps off ahead of the 3-0. Runners on the corners. Nobody out here in the 5th. The 3-0 misses high. It's a 4-pitch walk at the bullpen for Corey Blessing. And the bases are full of Eastern Division prospects. We'll make that All-Stars. As number 3, Luke Peterson digs into the left-handed batter's box. Took over at short in Mike Brown's spot. Mike Brown goes 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base. Luke Peterson from the Saugerty Stallions. He plays his ball at Minnesota. First pitch misses outside. 5 straight out of the zone from Blessing to start this inning. Or to start this appearance. Peterson, 34 for 122, batting .279. The 1-0. Low, 6 straight out of the zone from Blessing. After the West put up 6 in the top half of this inning, the East has put up 2 and loaded up the bases with nobody out. It's 7-5 West lead. And we're at the bottom of the 5th. The 2-0. Gets the inside corner for strike 1. So the first strike of the night from Corey Blessing. Counts to 1. Bases full of Eastern All-Stars. The 2-1 to Peterson misses low. Counts 3-1. Corey Blessing, the new pitcher, in danger of walking in a run. So runners on second and third are the responsibility of Jonathan Hardy. The runner on first is Blessing. The 3-1 swung on and missed, and the count is full. Blessing, the 6th different West pitcher of the night. David Wiskula, Grant Donahue, Henry Martinez, Hardy. Before him. High ball 4. So that will walk in a run from Blessing out of the pen. And it's 7-6. Just a 1-run game now between the East and the West. West is still on top, but still nobody out. Now that will bring up Trace Try. Trace Tyer from the Albany Dutchman from Madison, Mississippi. He plays his ball at Ole Miss. Count to him is 1-0. Trace batting .321 on the year, 35 hits and 109 at-bats, 9 doubles and 16 RBIs. The 1-0 pitch misses outside, and Marshall Gilbert is going to go out to talk to Corey Blessing, who has struggled to find the zone. He's come in and surrendered back-to-back walks and has given up a run to the East. Now trails by just 1. This long 5th inning. After 12 batters have come to the plate for the West and 6 runs scored in the top half. The 7th batter is up for the East in this half inning, and there's still nobody out. Blessing from the windup. The base is loaded, the 2-0. Missed inside, and the count is 3-0. In danger of walking in another run. And Peterson, 1st to 3rd. It's a called strike 1 to Tire. Representing the Albany Dutchman, wears number 6 on his back, took over at 3rd in the bottom of the 5th. The 3-1 starts towards 1st. It's a called strike 2. He'll have to come back. And the count is full. Trent Schulte beginning to warm in the West pen. The payoff pitch lined. Has the glove of Brook over, but foul down the first base line. So we will do the payoff pitch again. To Trace Tire, representing the Albany Dutchman and Ole Miss. His Ole Miss teammate Houston Roth likely to pitch in this game at some point for the West. Represents the Elmira Pioneers. The payoff pitch, grounded up the middle. Blessing will bobble, but we're going to keep it right here. Hits off Tire's foot. So Blessing, who bobbled the ball, not sure they were going to get Ganella at home, so saves for now. Through the first 5, there have been 6 different pitchers for the East as well. Tell you who they are after the payoff pitch to Tire. Bases full of East All-Stars. Bottom of the 5th, 7-6 West leads. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Tire down, swinging for out number 1 as Devin Garcia steps up. Rounded out too short his first time up. The 6 pitchers for the East have been Crandall Poor, Joe LaSorsa, Justin Baru, Zach Verdara, Matt Pierce, and John Clayton. Frank Lasala on call for the PGCBL radio network in the 2017 All-Star game here at Shuttleworth Park. And first pitch to Devin Garcia, who pinch hit his last time. He's 1-0. 1 out, base is home in East. 1-0 pitch from Blessing, misses low, counts 2-0. Ori Blessing working to Devin Garcia. Swung on, fouled back. Counts 2-1. Garcia plays his ball at Ohio University. That's 322, 28 hits, and 87 at-bats. Has 15 runs batted in an RBI opportunity. The 2-1. Inside, off the plate, and the count is 3-1. As the East has now batted around in this half inning. The 8th man to come up to the plate, Devin Garcia. The 3-1 from Blessing. Ball 4, he walked it. Garcia walks in a run. As Ganella comes around from 3rd to score. And now, the 9th batter in this inning for the East. They have also batted around in 5th. Still just 1 out.
Representing the Albany Dutchman, number 1 in Azusa Pacific,
Nick Estrella up from Azusa Pacific and the Albany Dutchman. He hit a double to start off this 5th inning. Up for the 2nd time. He's the 9th batter in the inning. Takes a first pitch inside for ball 1. The walk to Garcia closes the book on Jonathan Hardy. Goes a third of an inning, 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, and a walk. Blessing has allowed 2 walks, or make that 3 walks, and a strikeout. All 3 runners are his responsibility. Swung on and missed by Estrella. Counts ball and a strike. 1 out. We are tied at 7 after that bases-loaded walk to Devin Garcia. The 1-1. Grounded foul down the third base line. Counts 1-2. 2 bases-loaded walks and 2 singles have led to the 4 runs. Still just 1 out. In the bottom of the 5th, we're tied at 7, right back where we started. The 1-2. Strike 3. Estrella down looking for out number 2. So the second strikeout of the inning for Corey Blessing, and how he's just an out away from keeping this game tied. The 10th batter of the inning comes up for the East. The 22nd total batter in this 5th. There's been 10 total runs. The West loaded in the top half. We'll see if the East can do the same. The batter will be Anthony Baglica. A run up. This ball is rocketed to left. This ball is going to be off the top of the wall. 1 run will score. A second run will score. It's a 2-run double for Baglica. His 3rd RBI of the inning. And it's 9-7. Garcia moves up to 3rd. Pollock, and so does Peterson. And it's 9-7, and we are going to have a pitching change. The 3rd pitcher of the inning coming in for the West. The Onondaga Flames, Trent Schulte, when we get back. New pitcher, the 3rd pitcher of the inning for the Western Division All-Stars is Trent Schulte, representing the Onondaga Flames of Gonzaga. He's from Bainbridge Island. The first pitch to Zane Harris, lefty on lefty, in the dirt, ball 1. Corey Blessing started this inning. Jonathan Hardy started this inning, could not get an out. Gave up 3 hits and 4 runs. Corey Blessing went 2/3 of an inning. A hit, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 2 runs. And now the 3rd pitcher, Trent Schulte. It's a 1-1 count on Zane Harris. Walked and scored a run in this inning. 1 of 4 walks. 4 walks, 3 hits. The runners on 2nd and 3rd are responsibility of Blessing. Counts 2-1 on Zane Harris, representing the Utica Blue Sox. Schulte in 13 games, 19 2/3 innings, 6 earned runs. He struck out 19. has a win, a loss, and a save, and a 2.74 ERA. The 2-1. Taken low, and the count is 3-1. A pitch away from reloading the bases. The 11th batter here in the bottom half of the 5th, matching 6 spots in the 5th. 6 in the top half, 6 in the bottom half. Now a wild pitch, ball 4, is going to lead to a run. So no RBI for Zane Harris, but Devin Garcia comes around to score on the wild pitch. Ball 4 moves up Beglica to third, and it's 10-7. East leads. Their 7th run of the inning as they send their 12th man to the plate. It's Anthony Ganella. Drove in a run with a single and scored a run his first time up in the 5th. He is the 12th batter for the East in the inning. The first pitch from Schulte almost hits him, ends up being a called strike 1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. The 0-1 from Schulte. This one almost gets him again. This time it's a called pitch, and the count's 1-1. A ball, a strike, 2 outs. Pops it up. Hunter Wells over, Dixon over. Wells will call for it in short right field and make the play for out number 3. But the Eastern All-Stars retake the lead with 7 runs. 7 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks, and 2 men left on base. We played 6. When the West take their swings in the we played 5. When the West take their swings in the top of the 6th, they'll look up and see a 10-7 deficit on the scoreboard. John Clayton back on the mound, got the final out in the top of the 5th. A wild 5th inning. Both teams sent 12 men up to the plate. 6 runs on 7 hits for the West, 7 runs on 4 hits for the East. The East leads 10-7 in this 8-inning ball game. Drove in a run with a double his first time up after pinch hitting for Ayrton Schaefer. Takes a first pitch called strike from Clayton. Clayton gave up 2 singles, 1 for an RBI and a walk, and struck out a batter. Slips off the mound on that one. This one goes outside. Counts the ball and 2 strikes. Clayton from the Saugerties Stallions, working to Colin Stack, right-handed swinging right fielder from UMBC, representing the Jamestown Jammers. Counts 2-1 on him. Clayton representing Albany. Saugerties Stallions and the University of Albany, not Albany Dutchman. The 2-1. Way outside, counts 3-1. We'll see if Clayton has the same struggles that Jonathan Hardy had after a lengthy half inning before recording it out. The 3-1 swung on and missed, and the count is full. Clayton already with 1 strikeout and 1 walk and 2 hits. The next could go either way. The payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Count remains full. Frank Lasala on call for the PGCBL radio network in the 2017 All-Star game. The West trails the East 10-7 here in the top of the 6th in this 8-inning game. The payoff pitch. Way outside. It's a leadoff walk to Colin Stack. And the first man is on for the West. That'll bring up Colin Stack's teammate from the Jamestown Jammers, Chris Estrada. Pinch hit for Joseph Tassin, and singled in a run his first time up. Estrada from the University of Texas at San Antonio, resides in Corpus Christi. Takes low, counts 1-0. Colin Stack, his Jamestown Jammer teammate, leads off first. Stack has stolen 11 in 16 chances. Now it's a called strike 1 to Estrada. Chris Estrada, 42 for 153. Batting .275. This one line foul, counts 1-2. He's hit 3 home runs, has 5 triples and 2 doubles. So 10 extra base hits, 21 runs and 28 runs driven in on the summer campaign thus far for the Western leaders, the Jamestown Jammers. Takes inside, counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 almost gets him again. Takes inside again, and the count is 4. See if that starts Colin Stack over at first. The payoff pitch, not going, lined into left. This will be a base hit. A walk and a single to start this inning off of John Clayton. And the first 2 batters have reached for the West as Hunter Wells comes in.
Representing the Newark Pilots from Tyler Junior College.
That'll bring up the Louisiana Tech commit, Hunter Wells. Leads the league in sacrifice bunts in a sacrifice bunting situation here.
What team is the guy?
The third baseman, Tyre, is in, anticipating a bunt from Wells, who does not square and takes strike 1. Hunter drove in a run with a single and scored in the 6-run 5th, playing second base tonight. During the pilot season, we've only seen him as the designated hitter in at third. Behind in the count, 0-1. The 1-strike pitch from Clayton. Inside, throw down to first by Viglica. Not in time, counts 1-1. Nobody out. After 13 runs in the 5th, 6 for the West, 7 for the East, the first 2 batters have reached here in the 6th. 1-1 called. Strike 2. Wells from Katy, Texas, and Tyler Junior College. He is representing the Newark Pilots. 22 hits and 56 at-bats on the year. The 1-2. Lined into left, this is going to be a base hit. Stack's going to round third. He's going to be held right there by Hunter Wells, and the bases are loaded. A walking back-to-back singles off of John Clayton. A righty warming in the East bullpen as in and tries to get his teammate Clayton some pump up as Mikey Armin steps up. Struck out swinging his first time up. Mikey representing the Geneva Red Wings and Kenyon College. The bases are full of West All-Stars. At the corners, it's Carter Napick warming up for the East. Plays for the Amsterdam Mohawks. It's a strike one to Armin. Full of Western All-Stars. Wells, Estrada, and Stack first to third. The 0-1 to Armin. Called strike two. 7 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the West. 10 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the East. This one is lined into left. Playable for Pollock. Makes the play. Tagging from third, it's Stack. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Mikey Armin, and it's 10-8. Estrada and Wells stay put at first and third, and now we are going to have a pitching change for the Eastern Division All-Stars. 1 out into the top of the 6th. East leads the West 10-8. New pitcher for the Eastern Division All-Stars. It's number 19 from the Amsterdam Mohawks, Carter Napick. He's from Albany, New York, plays his collegiate ball at the University of Massachusetts. He will pitch to Marshall Gilbert. Conley back up for the third time tonight. Sending the Jamestown Jammers 1 for 2. It's the 5th time through the order now for the West, so the manager can choose whoever he wants to send up. And he's chosen to send up Conley. Runners on first and second, both the responsibility of Clayton. He goes 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Gives way to Carter Napick. Carter has pitched in 15 games, 25 innings, 7 runs earned, 29 strikeouts. He's 2-1, has 5 saves, and a 2.52 ERA. Chris Conley represents the go-ahead run here in the top of the 6th in this 8-inning game. Hunter Wells off first. Chris Estrada off second. Both reached on singles. 1 run in this inning on a sacrifice. The sac fly was by Mikey Armin. To score Colin Stack, town teammate. Verdict missed, ball 1. Getting set to throw from the stretch, the 1 out. Conley waits deep in the left-handed batter's box. 1 out. Inside. Counts even at a ball and a strike. We're in the top of the 6th. This is an 8-inning game. Both teams play 4 innings. There's 2 different lineups. Both teams play 4 innings each. Each player gets 2 times through the order. If a 5th time comes up, the manager for each side can choose who he wants to send up. The manager for the West elected to pitch or to send up Chris Conley, who's gone 1 for 2 with an RBI after Marshall Gilbert. So the leadoff spot, 3 for 4 tonight for the West. The 1-2 from Carter Napick. The 7th different pitcher and the 2nd different Amsterdam Mohawk. The 1-2. Conley turns out of the way. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 6th, 10-8. East leads the West. Estrada and Wells off 2nd and 1st. Now, Glika will go out and talk to Carter Napick. Crandall Poor for the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs started this one. Then Joe LaSorsa, Justin Baru, Zach Vernero, Matt Pierce, John Clayton, and now Carter Napick. Chris Conley up has a 2-2 count. He's 1 for 2 tonight. The 2-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. Conley down swinging for out number 2. So Napick comes in and gets Conley retired on strikes.
Representing the Elmira Pioneers from Wofford, Brett Rodriguez.
Next batter is Brett Rodriguez. So Troy Dixon out of the lineup temporarily. First pitch swinging. Lined to the second baseman, Estrella, for out number 3. But the Western All-Stars get 1. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Eastern All-Stars still out in front. They lead 10-8. Brett Schulte back on the mound for the Western All-Stars. Gave up a walk and got the final out in the bottom of the 5th. It's 8-10 or 10-8. East leads the West. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning of this 8-inning game. It'll be Austin Pollock, Luke Peterson, and Trace Tyre. Pollock walked and scored a run his first time up. Takes outside for ball 1. 8 runs, 13 hits for the West, 10 runs, 9 hits for the East. Counts 2-0. Or counts 2-1. The big inning for both teams was the 5th. The West put up 6 in the top half on 7 hits. The East answered with 7 in the bottom half on just 4 hits. 4 walks in the inning. The 2-1 swung on and missed by Pollock. Schulte went off speed on him. Schulte representing the Onondaga Flames and Gonzaga. Pollock representing the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. And Huff. Count is now full to Austin Pollock. The payoff pitch, off speed out in front. We will do it again. Austin Pollock at the dish. Leadoff man here in the 6th. Pops this one up. Sends Wells back. He makes the play in short right field for out number 1. Pollock retired, and that'll bring up Luke Peterson, representing the Saugerties Stallions and Minnesota. And we are going to have a pitching change. Trent Schulte's night is over. Gives up a walk and surrenders 2 pop outs to Hunter Wells at second. We're going to have a new pitcher when we get back. Trent Schulte goes 2/3 of an inning and gives way to his Onondaga Flames teammate, Matthew Bowman. Bowman wearing number 14, representing the Onondaga Flames from Endicott, New York, and SUNY Broome Community College. He will pitch to Luke Peterson, shortstop for the Saugerties Stallions. First back, count 0-1. The 8th different pitcher for the West, David Liska was started. Grant Donahue, Henry Martinez, Alex Bellardini, Jonathan Hardy, Corey Blessing, and Trent Schulte have all pitched for the West. The 0-1 gets the outside corner, counts 0-2 to Peterson. Batting from the left-handed side with a whip. The 0-2. Swung on, fouled back. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Matthew Bowman in 14 games, 22 innings pitched, 6 earned runs, 16 strikeouts. He's 3-2. He has 4 saves and a 2.45 for the Onondaga Flames, who sit in 4th place of the Western Division. The 0-2 rounded. Count remains. Frank LaSala on call for the PGCBL All-Star Collegiate Baseball League Radio Network. 2000 of this game sees the East out in front, 10-8. 0-1 poke or 0-2 poked the other way. Foul down the left field line. We will do it again. Luke Peterson making the new pitcher Matthew Bowman work. Bowman, the 8th different pitcher the West has used tonight. Pitching to Marshall Gilbert. Back behind the plate here for 6th and 2nd inning. The 0-2. Way outside. Counts a ball and 2 strikes. This inning was retired on a pop out to Hunter Wells, the second baseman.
You say it's Barry.
No.
The 1-2. Bounce. Counts a ball and 2 or 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Luke Peterson, the left-handed hitting shortstop from Socrates, the 2-2. Way inside, and the count is full. So Matthew Bowman led this count ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, since 3 straight out of the zone. From Bowman. The payoff pitch. Has to dive and glove. Hunter Wells into right for Peterson.
Representing the Albany Dutchman from Oldham.
And there's a 1-out base runner. First pitch swinging is Trace Tyre. Pops this one up to Chris Estrada at 3rd for out number 2. That will flip the lineup back towards the top for the 3rd time tonight. It's Devin Garcia. Grounded out his first time, then drove in a run with a walk his 2nd.
From Utica Blue Sox. From Ohio University, Devin Garcia.
Devin Garcia representing the Utica Blue Sox. Luke Peterson representing the Socrates Stallions leads off first. Matthew Bowman representing the Onondaga Flames from the stretch. Pitching to Marshall Gilbert representing the Elmira Pioneers. Counts 1-0 on Garcia. Pinch hit, then took over in center field. Pinch hit for Valenti, took over for Juliana. The 1-0 runner goes. Swung and a miss, throw down by Gilbert. In time, caught stealing to end the inning. Peterson had the base stolen. His arm came off the bag. Hunter Wells kept the tag on to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and because of the caught stealing, no men left on base. We head to the top of the 7th. When the Western Division All-Stars take their swings, they'll look up and see 10 deficit on the scoreboard here at the historic Shuttleworth Park in Amsterdam. Top of the 7th inning, bullpen roulette for the Eastern Division All-Stars. Spin the wheel. It's reliever number 42, Tommy Miller, representing the Albany Dutchman. He's from Castleton, New York, and he plays his ball at Siena. 6'2", 206, throws from the right side. The 8th different Dutchman pitcher. Carter Napick goes 2/3 of an inning, strikes out 1. Skylar Valentine back into the lineup. Started this game 0-2. First pitch swinging, grounded, eats up, tired. Bobbles it, and it'll be an E5 to start this inning. Yeah, so an error to start this inning on Trace Tire allows Valentine to reach. And now Connor Graham is back up. Just tuning in, using the Frank Sala on call for the PGCBL Radio Network 2017 All-Star Game. First pitch to Connor Gramis, who started this game, now back in, went 1 for 2. Gramis won the home run derby by hitting 21 home runs this afternoon, defeating the right fielder for the East and the Amsterdam Mohawks, Anthony Ganella. The 0-1 to Gramis gets the outside corner, counts 0-2. This is an 8-inning game. Each team, or the starters, get 4 innings on defense each, and 2 times through the lineup. Once the second time through the lineup for both sides goes through, if a 5th time through the lineup comes up, the manager for each team can elect who they want to send up. So far, through the 3rd time of this lineup for the West, the manager has decided to throw up his starters. First batter reached on an error, then Connor Gramis struck out swinging. And that'll bring up Ayrton Schaefer. Schaefer 0 for 2. Started this game in right, then was taken over by Colin Stack. Schaefer representing the Elmira Pioneers plays his ball at Sanford. The 2-0. Fouled down the right field line deep. Out of play. Counts 2-1. $18 total runs, 23 total hits, and an error here in this All-Star game. When the top of the 7th, West trails the East. 2 solo home runs in this game, one by Taylor Olmsted and one by Will Holland. Both of the East. The 2-1, this one is lined into left. Charging onto a dive, it's Pollock. Hits off his chest. So a single for Ayrton Schaefer as Valentine moves up to second. And Joseph Tassin digs back in. Tassin digs in from Bossier Parish Community College, representing the Geneva Red Wings. Joseph Tassin goes no batting gloves look. He's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch from the lefty, Tommy Miller. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Tassin, one of the Geneva Red Wings to appear in this game. Mikey Armin and Alex Billardini, the other 2. The 0-1. Taken low. Counts the ball and a strike. Runners on first and second. Valentine on second. Schaefer on first. Rookover struck out, or make that Gramish struck out swinging in between the 2. Miller from the stretch, the 1-1. Letter high fastball misses. Counts 2-1. Two balls, 1 set. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Counts 2-2. to Joseph Tassin, representing the Geneva Red Wings. Miller double checks on Valentine, who started to go, then stopped. Tassin takes inside, and the count is full. See if that starts Valentine and Schaefer on second and first, with 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Payoff pitch from Miller. Lined foul. Valentine again started to go, then stopped. The count will remain full.
Yeah. Did you do the last one? Oh, maybe that was the real noise of the ball.
Miller comes set. Valentine off second, Schaefer on first. The payoff pitch. Taken high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. An error, a single, and a walk has loaded us up, as Alex Canty, for the first time tonight, will step up, representing the Onondaga Flames. Batting in Jimmy Standahar and Hunter Wells' spot.
Alex Canty, number 21.
Alex Canty, representing the Onondaga Flames. He's from Monroe Community College. He is 29 for 116, 250 batting average, 11 doubles, a triple, and 10 runs driven in. Count is 1-1 on him as he swings through a letter-high fastball. Count. Base is loaded. Tassin, Schaefer, and the third. 1 out in the inning on a Connor Gramish strikeout. For the first time tonight, it's Alex Canty. Swings and foul, tips it into the glove of Viglica. Counts 1-2. Alex Canty, Jimmy Standahar started this game, went 1 for 2 in this slot. Hunter Wells went 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI and a run scored. Now Alex Canty, the 1-2, popped up, playable in the infield. Will call for it, make the play for out number 1, or make that out number 2. To have a pitching change. 2/3 of an inning, loads the bases. His night is over. He will step away as the new pitcher throws his one. Bullpen roulette for the Eastern Division All-Stars. Spin the wheel. It's number 7, Joe DeSaro, the 5th different Mohawk Valley Diamond Dog to appear in this game. He will work with the bases loaded to Mikey Armin. Mikey from Kenyon College is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. DeSaro, representing Mohawk Valley, he's from Frankfort, New York, and Southern New Hampshire. In 5 games started, he's gone 31 innings, 31 strikeouts. He's 4-0 with a 2.32 ERA. Wears number 7 on his back. The other Mohawk Diamond Brothers who appeared in this game. Randall Poor started it. Then Zach Vernaro pitched. And then in the field, Clay Koniecki started behind the plate. And Austin Pollock is currently playing in. Mikey Arman digs in 0 for 1 with a run scored with a RBI in this game. The bases are full of Western All-Stars. Time run on second, go-ahead run on first.
They still play 8 innings.
First pitch misses high, counts 1-0. Tassin off first, Schaefer off second, Valentine off third. An error, a single, and a walk has loaded him up. The number 8-hole hitter, Armin, the 1-0. Hold, strike one. The leadoff man, Marshall Gilbert, will be next if Armin can extend the inning. DeSaro comes set from the stretch. The 1-1. Popped up at a play. Counts 1-2. Play from Stranding, the bases loaded is Joe DeSaro. Lead for the Eastern Division prospects, or All-Stars. With the East defeating the West 12-9. DeSaro comes outside. Counts 2-2. Two outs. Bases full of Western All-Stars. The 2-2 from DeSaro. Swung on and missed. Viglico will step on the plate to complete the strikeout. DeSaro comes in and strikes out Mikey Arman and strands the bases loaded. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Eastern All-Stars still on top, 10-8. Bottom of the 7th inning here at the 2017 All-Star Game in Amsterdam, New York. Frank LaSala on call for the PGCBL radio network. New pitcher for the West. It's number 18, Colin Johnston, representing the Jamestown Jammers. He's from Rochester, New York, and Monroe Community College. Devin Garcia, Nick Estrella, and Anthony Ganella, or Anthony Baglica. Garcia was up at the plate when Peterson was caught stealing to end the 6th. First pitch, broken bat pop-up. Dixon finds it just shy of left field for out number 1. New second baseman for the West, it's Alex Canty. So after pinch hitting for Hunter Wells, he stays in. So Wells' night in the field is over. He went 2 innings out at second. And now Alex Canty is there.
Representing the Albany Dutchman.
And now representing the Albany Dutchman, it's Nick Estrella. Nick is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored tonight. For the East, who lead it 10-8. First pitch from Johnson, called strike 1. Colin has pitched in 16 games for the Jammers, 27 in the 3rd innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 18 strikeouts. He's 1-2 with 4 saves. This one popped up. Brookover gives it a look, but will run out of room. And he has a 1.31 ERA. Johnston is the 9th different Jammer to appear in this game, 3rd on the mound. The 0-2, grounded to Estrada, fires across the diamond for out number 2. So a Jammer pitcher, a Jammer third baseman, and a Jammer first baseman all team up for an out. And now we are going to have a mound visit. Colin Johnston comes in, throws 3 pitches, and gets 2 outs. It's going to be a lefty from the Adirondack Trailblazers with 2 away here in the 7th when we get back. Colin Johnston goes 2/3 of an inning, throws 3 pitches, and his night is over. He will give way to number 28, Jake Walker, representing the Adirondack Trailblazers from Milton, Massachusetts, pitches for the University of Rhode Island. He is the 2nd Adirondack Trailblazer to appear in this game. The other, Jonathan Hardy. Walker has started 7 games. He's thrown 37 innings, 15 earned runs, 27 strikeouts. A 3.64 earned run average. So he has 1/3 of Adirondack's wins. He has 4. Adirondack has 12. Final out here in the 7th. and pitch to Anthony
Representing
Beglica.
West Baltimore Dragons.
Beglica having himself a fine day. He's 2 for 2 with a run scored and 3 RBIs. Possibly the favorite to win the All-Star Game MVP. First pitch, poked down the right field line. This ball will land foul out of the reach of Stack, Canty, and Brookover. Count is 0-1 to Beglica. If he can extend this inning, Zane Harris would be next. The Western Division All-Stars will have the top of their lineup. They need 2 right now. The 0-1 from Walker. Called strike 2. 2 runs for now. Final here of this All-Star game. The 0-2. Grounded to Estrada. Gloves it, fires across the diamond for out number 3. 2 different pitchers combined for a 1-2-3 inning for the Western All-Stars here in the bottom of the 7th. They still trail 10-8. They're down to their final 3 outs here in Amsterdam in this 2017 All-Star game. Marshall Gilbert back up to the plate for the Western All-Stars, representing the Elmira Pioneers. The Mississippi State commit. He is 2 for 2 in this game. Facing Joe DeSara, who stranded the bases loaded by striking out Mikey Armand to end the 7th. It's a 1-0 count now on Gilbert. The Western All-Stars are down to their final 3 outs tonight. East going for the sweep. Prospect game win, All-Star game win. First, or the 1-0 lined into left. It's a single for Marshall Gilbert. And the first man is on. As Troy Dixon comes up to the plate. Dixon from the Elmira Pioneers and Sanford. Dixon drove in a run with a single and was hit by a pitch. Both of his at-bats came in the 5th. Count is a called strike on Dixon, 0-1. Representing the Elmira Pioneers, Marshall Gilbert, his teammate, already reached on a single, and now Beglica is going to go out and talk to Joe DeSara. All-Stars looking to get the final 3 outs here and preserve a 10-8 win in this 2017 version of the All-Star game. We're in the top of the 8th, the final inning. Frank Lassala on call for the PGCBL radio network. Dixon from the left-handed batter's box. DeSaro comes set. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Called ball 1. Rodriguez in this spot went 0 for 3. Dixon in this spot is 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch. DeSaro throws over. Gilbert just back in safely. You know it's just an all-star game. You do not really want to get picked off on the base paths in a 2-run game. The 1-1. Grounded foul. Dixon behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dixon from Mobile, Alabama, and Sanford. Ira Pioneers. His teammate, Marshall Gilbert, leads off first. The 1-1. Or the 1-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Dixon down, swinging for out number 1. And now it's time for a pitching change. The East will turn to another right-hander to get the final 2 outs and preserve this 10-8 win. We're going to step away as the new pitcher throws his warm-up call.
Close it out.
Nathan Ryder from the Oneonta Outlaws will be asked to get the final 2 outs and preserve this 10-8 Eastern All-Star win. Nathan Ryder wears number 36. He's from the Oneonta Outlaws from Windsor, New York, and Bryant. 6'6", 240. Every player for the Eastern Division All-Stars has now appeared in the game. The only player for the West that has not appeared in this game is Houston Rolfe from the Elmira Pioneers. Ryder will work to Kyle Gallagher and Ben Brookover here to get the final 2 outs. Ryder has started 4, relieved 5, 34 2/3, 11 earned runs, 29 strikeouts. He's 3-2 with a 2.85 ERA. 2 outs left to go for the East to preserve this All-Star Day sweep. Kyle Gallagher from the Onondaga Flames digs in. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. First pitch from Ryder, a called strike 1 on the inside corner. Skylar Valentine from the Jammers, who is also in this spot, is 0 for 3. Gallagher looking to keep this one going. Gilbert leads off first. The 0-1. Swung on and lined into center. Garcia to his left will dive, and he will make the play in right center field for out number 2. And the Western All-Stars are down to their final out of the night. So a great play in center field. Devin Garcia using all 6 feet of his frame out in right center to rob Gallagher of extra bases. Ben Brookover is the final hope. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI, single, and a run scored, and also a strikeout. Representing the University of Texas San Antonio and the Jamestown Jammers. Represents the tying run. Ryder throws over. Zane Harris holding on Gilbert. And now Vaglica will go out and talk to Ryder.
Somebody gets right.
The scouts are still here. Saw that.
One final out to go for the East to preserve this 10-8 win. And it's going to have to go through Ben Brookover, the man who leads the league with 53 hits at the All-Star break. Represents the tying run. The first pitch ducks out of the way. Counts 1-0. Ryder comes set. The 1-0. Called strike one. The West is down to their final 2 strikes of the night. Ben Brookover representing. Swing on and missed off speed from Ryder. And the West is down to their final strike. Ryder a strike away from this All-Star game victory. The 1-2. Inside, away from Vaglica. A pass ball moves Gilbert down to second. And now time is called. It's a 2-2 count to Ben Brookover, looking to keep this game alive. Here in this 2017 All-Star game. Top of the 8th. Final frame. The 2-2. Swung on and missed strike 3, and the game is over. No runs. 1 hit.
Yeah, done. Oh, wait, they're going back out.
And excuse me, jumped the gun a little bit. The game is not over. As the Western Division All-Stars had started to take the field, but the on-field announcer says the game is over. The umpires are still out on the field. The West still would have another pitcher to use, although the East, the home team, is leading 10-8 after 7.5.
He goes, announce that, please. He says, have about announcer will be a bottom of the 8th pitcher.
There is a bottom of the 8th?
Yeah.
So it's not over.
Yeah, it's not over.
The game is not over.
So there is, in fact, going to be a bottom of the 8th. It's going to be started by Jake Walker and most likely finished by Houston Roth. We're going to step away while Walker throws his warm-up tosses. Welcome back. Bottom of the
My
eighth.
dad wants you to say, that both teams, you need 8 pitchers, so we need to play full 8 innings. Let's be great.
Bottom of the eighth inning. The final half inning frame of tonight. The East has already won this game 10-8, but still 3 outs left to go as there are still a few West pitchers left. First pitch from Jake Walker. First pitch from Jake Walker was a call. Zane Harris, who has not had an official at-bat. He has walked twice, and now he is behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. His score. The 0-2. Lined into center field. This is a base hit. Zane Walker leads off this, or Zane Harris leads off this bottom of the eighth with a single. And that'll bring up Anthony Ganella. As this game continues. Houston Roth warming up in the Western bullpen. Anthony Ganella, representing the Amsterdam Mohawks and South Florida, is 1 for 2. First pitch, swung on and missed by Ganella. Counts 0-1. Bottom of the eighth inning here in this All-Star game. The East has already won, but the West still has another pitcher left to use after Jake Walker. The 0-1 misses outside. And we're even at a ball and strike. Walker comes set, the 1-1. Lined into left deep. Sends Armin over. He will run out of room as his ball lands foul. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. 8 runs, 15 hits for the West. 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the East. And now, Anthony Ganella will dig back in ahead of the 1-2. From Jake Walker. Comes set. The 1-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. Anthony Ganella down swinging. And now we are going to have a pitching change.
Yes, we are.
Jake Walker's night is over. Houston Roth out of the bullpen. And we get back. Bullpen roulette for the Western Division All-Star. Spin the wheel. It's starting pitcher number 29 from the Elmira Pioneers and Ole Miss, Houston Roth. Houston, 6'3", 205 from Oxford, Mississippi. He is started 5 games, has got a complete game once, 29 innings, 18 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned, 12 walks, 39 strikeouts. He's 2-1 with a 1.86 earned run average. 20 of those 39 strikeouts, 1 game back against the Newark Pilots in a game where he went perfect into 2 outs into the 7th. Went complete game, just 2 hits, 2 batters over the minimum. He will be asked to get the final 2 outs. Zane Harris leads off first. It'll be Austin Pollock. Pollock has walked and popped out to second. Houston Roth from the stretch. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Pitching to his Elmira teammate, Marshall Gilbert. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Counts 1-1. The Eastern Division All-Stars have already won this game, 10-8, but the Western All-Stars had a few more pitchers left to throw. Houston Roth, the final pitcher tonight. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Marshall Gilbert. Counts 1-2. Roth is the 7th different Elmira Pioneer, 2nd on the mound. Pitched the 2nd and gave up a hit in a scoreless inning. Roth comes set, the 1-2. Swung on, foul tipped off the mask of Gilbert. The home plate umpire will walk a ball out to Houston Roth to buy Gilbert some time. Counts a ball and 2 strikes.
How many people are listening right now?
We have increased your audience, you realize, in these games. We appreciate doing that for us.
With Houston Roth pitching now for the West, every single player has appeared in this game for both All-Star teams. The 1-2. Letter high fastball misses. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Foul tipped. We will do it again. Houston is the 11th different pitcher for the West. They've used 17 position players, so they played all 28. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Pollock down swinging. We are down to the final out tonight as Luke Peterson digs in. Representing the Saugerty Stallions, walked in a run and scored a run in the 5th, and then singled and was caught stealing in the 7th. He represents the game's final out if Houston Roth can make it. He is from Minnesota. Houston looks in. Zane Harris leads off first. Led off this inning with a single. First pitch swinging, grounded over the head of Ben Brookover, fair down the right field line. Peterson goes to second, Harris to third. It's a 2-out double, and this game will continue. And now we'll have a timeout on the field.
Gonna bring the left fielder.
8 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the West. 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the East. And now Trace Tyre from the Adirondack Trailblazers, or the Albany Dutchman, will dig in. The third baseman is 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch from Houston Roth. Checks his swing. It's a called strike 1. Trace Tyre from Ole Miss facing his Ole Miss teammate, the 0-1. Count 1-1.
What's the bus for?
Thank you for sticking with us as we approach 3 hours of game time here in the All-Star game. The 1-1. Grounded up the middle. Dixon charges, gloves it, strong throw to first in time, and now the game is over. In the 8th, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. The official final from the All-Star game here in Amsterdam at the historic Shuttleworth Park. The East defeats the West 10-8. Signing off for the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League Radio Network, I'm Frank LaSalle. Thank you to the Amsterdam Mohawks for being great hosts of this 2017 All-Star Tuesday here for the PGCBL. Signing off from Shuttleworth Park after the East